Good day lecturers, my name is Lois Chong from Group 23. Today I would like to present a core logging experiment. The objective of this experiment is to obtain the physical description and the activity of rock cores recovered from borehole drilling. And now let me show you the materials and the apparatus used in this experiment. Let me show you our material. First, this is the core box. As you can see, this core box is used to store the core sample, and then the second one, core sample. The third one, measuring tape. It is very important to calculate to measure the length that you needed. And the last one, water spray. To spray on the surface that you could see the color of the core sample clearly. And now the first one, for this experiment, the total core run length is 1.5 meters. And then the second one, length of the covered core. You need to calculate this. Start from this end to this end is around 1.6 meters. So we already find out the values used to calculate the CR, which is the length of core recovered divided by the length of core run. And then now here we could see 1300 divided by 1500, so we get 86.67%. And now let us proceed to RQD, rock quality dimensions. The formula of RQD is the length of core in pieces which is greater than 100 mm divided by the length of core barrel. The first piece, 500 mm. Second piece, 230 mm. Third piece, 90 mm. And the last one is 450 mm. So the third piece, which is 90 mm, it is not greater than 100 mm. So the RQD value is just calculate the first piece 500, second 230, and the last one 450 divided by 1300. So the RQD value is 90.77%. And now the last one, we need to find out the special features and the wearing condition of these rocks. I would like to have some water spray on the surface so that we could see the color of the rock sample clearly. As you can see, some surface of the rock parts already turned brown, which indicates that it is weathered. And then you can see that there's some fracture parts in this rock sample, and all these special features and the wearing condition could be recorded in your report. Now, my experiment has come to the end. Thanks for watching.
Good day to Doctor. My name is Liew Kar Sin. Today I'm going to present how to conduct skimming rebound hammer for rock mechanics.
These tests are to determine the hardness and the universal compressive strength, or in other words, UCS of a rock. When the hardness and the UCS value for a rock is low, the rebound value shown here will also be low, such as 10. When a rock has a harder surface, the rebound value shown here will also be higher, which is 80. The difference in between the rebound value can be explained because the hard surface absorbs less energy compared with a soft surface. The less energy absorbed by the surface, the more energy remains in the hammer mass for it to bounce. Therefore, it results in a higher rebound value.
First, we need to prepare a rock sample, a sample cradle, a brush, and also the most importantly, the skimming hammer, which is calibrated from 10 to 100.
These are the needed apparatus for this test. Specimen for this test was representative for the rock to be studied. In this test, larger piece of rock is used if possible. The specimen is brushed to make sure it is free from dust and dirt. A sample cradle is placed on a rigid base to avoid any movement and vibration during the experiment. The rock sample is then placed on the sample cradle. Skimming hammer is checked to make sure its plunger is locked. What does it mean by locked? The plunger is short. The locked skimming hammer is unlocked or released by slightly pushing it against the surface until the plunger coming out from the rebound hammer. See, coming out. The unknown skimmed hammer is then pushed vertically downwards on the rock sample until a bounce sound is heard. At the same time, the lock of the skimmed hammer is pressed to lock the hammer reading. Tilting is not allowed as it will affect the accuracy of the test. The rebound value for this test is 32. The steps are repeated for 8 times at different locations, which are distance and least the diameter of the plunger. This is to obtain the average rebound value.
Assalamualaikum and good evening to everyone. So today we are going to conduct a lab test, which is a point load test. So basically this test is an in-depth test to classify the rock according to the strength. This test also can be used to estimate the other characteristics of the rock sample, such as uniaxial, compressive and tensile strength. So the value of strength index is determined at a point of IS50 and for anisotrophic index is IA50. So the test types were determined according to the shape of the sample to be tested. So here we have 4 tests, which is a diameter test, axial test, prismatic test and test on irregular sample that we are going to conduct later. So for objective of this test is to determine the compressive strength of rock specimen from irregular lump test. So we are going to move on to the procedure. Thank you.
Alright, Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. My name is Mohd Syarizzat bin Abdullah. So today I would like to share about stimulation experiment on point load test.
So rock blocks or lump of size 50 to 35 mm is suitable use for irregular lump test. The ratio of diameter and width should be 0.3 to 1, preferably close to 1. So we can measure it by using vernier caliper. Therefore, 10 tests per sample were preferred, more if the sample is heterogeneous or anisotropic.
So the specimen was inserted in the test machine and the platen closed to make contact with the smallest dimension of the lump or block away from the edge and corner. The distance d between the platen contact point was recorded approximately to 2%. The smallest specimen with W perpendicular to the loading direction was recorded approximately to 5%. So the load is steadily increased such the failure occurs within 10 to 60 seconds. So, and record the failure load which was recorded. So this is the example of rock blocks or lumps after the experiment. The test should be rejected as invalid if the fracture surface passes through only one load point. So therefore, thank you.